Hello, my name is Maria Makarova, and my project is on Dr. Bert Vogelstien, the cancer detector. Dr. Vogelstein's studies were focused on genetics, oncology, and medicine, and his main question included what causes cancer to arise. A little bit of background about him is that he was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and he received a bachelor's degree in mathematics from the University of Pennsylvania, as well as graduating with honors. He briefly pursued a master's degree in mathematics, but then switched to earning his medical degree from Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. He then completed residency in pediatrics at the University of Johns Hopkins Hospital, where his experience working with young cancer patients led to his decision to join the National Cancer Institute as a research associate. He is now the Clayton Professor of Oncology and co-director of the Ludwig Center at Johns Hopkins Kimmel Cancer Center. His hobbies while being in medical school included playing in a laboratory band called Wild Type, as well as playing tennis with some of his surgeon friends. The reason I admire Dr. Vogelstein is because we share the same reason as to why we're both studying genetics. About 3 years ago, I got invited to coach at a wheelchair tennis camp. There, one of my players had a paralysis case that stood out to me. They had idiopathic scoliosis, which is the abnormal curvature of the spine, and he needed surgery to get it fixed. The surgery did not go well and ended up paralyzing them waist down. Seeing the major effects that this genetic disorder had made me want an answer. Similarly, Dr. Vogelstein's quest to find what causes cancer began when he was also working with kids in pediatrics oncology. According to an interview in 2005 with Today News with Dr. Vogelstein, he said that seeing sick children in the cancer ward of the hospital made him want one thing: answers. Both Dr. Vogelstein and I share the same drive for finding an answer to these genetic causing disorders. He has definitely inspired me to pursue research and to reach out to researchers with similar interests to me to make a difference in the medical world. So, the main discovery Dr. Vogelstein had was in 1989 when he and his team demonstrated that colorectal tumors result from the gradual increase of mutations of the p53 and APC tumor suppressor gene. His group's discovery and analysis of these genes, and later others, form the backbone for much of modern cancer research today. So his experiment involved analyzing DNA from colorectal tumor cells to identify recurring mutations in a specific gene called APC and then later p53. They found that the APC gene gets mutated in a large proportion of colon cancer patients, and this demonstrated that this gene acts as a tumor suppressor, and its mutation is a critical step in the development of colorectal cancer. The figure on the left is a map of the chromosome showing the gene deletion in chromosome 17. The overall pattern suggests that the APC gene exists on the 17p chromosome marker labeled A on the figure, and that the mutation was deleting this segment of the chromosome, as all tumors exhibit deletion in this region. Now that most of the genetic changes responsible for human cancer have been identified, Dr. Vogelstein focuses on developing therapies and diagnostic methods for earlier cancer detection. His most recent discovery was the A+ machine, which analyzes blood samples from patients to identify differences in cancerous and non-cancerous samples. This machine identifies 40.5% of cancer cases with very high accuracy, and when combined with other tests, detects 51% cancer. It's very, very good for early cancer detection. And we can see in the figure the comparison of different types of machines that detect cancer, as well as the different types of cancers that they can detect. And you can see that the A+ machine in the dark blue shows very high sensitivity to cancer cells, as well as when it is used with other types of cell detection tests like GACE, GAS, and PROT. To summarize, Dr. Vogelstein has definitely established himself as the pioneer in the field of cancer genetics. He not only became the first scientist to clear up the molecular basis of common human cancer, but has now greatly influenced the diagnosis and treatment of cancer. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you took something away from this presentation, or maybe even got inspired by Dr. Vogelstein as I did. Have a good day.